you so much. Thank you very much. Before we take questions, I do want to introduce Dr. Brian Monahan, the attending physician for the United States Congress, who is a medical oncologist and is my personal physician. So if there, which is just a coincidence, he was my personal physician before he became the attending physician. Lucky me. So he's available for some questions if they arise, and we'd all be happy to take any questions. And we are, I'm sorry, I don't have the list of organizations that are standing here with us, but we have the full complement of breast cancer advocacy organizations standing with us. And I have to tell you that women in this country are so fortunate to have the advocates that are standing around me today. Without their fight, without their pressing for more funding for research and for more education and awareness, the numbers would be far worse in terms of the survival rate and the detection. And so every organization standing here with us today deserves a tremendous amount of credit, because we would not be as far along in this fight as we are without them. So thank you all so much. So we'd be glad to take any questions. Yes.
Hi.
If you wouldn't mind saying where you're from when you ask.
I'm from the Washington Post. I used to work in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
One question I had was, at what point did you decide to craft the legislation and then bring it, forward?
Well, I knew that I would try to find a way to fill whatever gap there was when I did eventually make my own story public. I didn't want to file Me Too legislation. I didn't want to simply file a bill just because I have breast cancer. I spent some time the last several months talking to the advocacy groups, talking to healthcare professionals, talking to survivors, and trying to figure out, well, what aren't we doing? What is left to do? And there a lot has been accomplished, but there is much left to do. And I wanted my personal involvement, my additional personal involvement, and my story to be able to lend assistance to filling that gap. So it was over the last several months. I had planned all year to be involved at some point and use my story to be able to help